Hi, and welcome to Chain Reactions, a weekly live stream from Myosin.xyz, the leading global marketing network, and hosted by yours truly, Blake, and my co-host, Polina. Tune in each week as we jam on the latest happenings in the wild and wonderful world of Web3. We're live on unlonely.app every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Eastern, and release the pod every following week on Tuesdays. Now, let's talk Chain Reactions.
There we go. We're live. Okay, well, let's get into it. So, welcome, one and all. This is Chain Reactions. It's going to be our weekly live stream with the Myosin Squad, hosted by yours truly, Blake Minham Kim, and Polina.
Hi.
Polina, you want to give a quick intro? How do you feel?
Hi. My name is Polina, and I'm the community guild lead on Myosin. So we came up with this idea to. The nature of my sort of work is a lot based on social media and community, and I found myself looking for inspiration and kind of like working through the strategies of brands as the space evolves, and then pitched the idea to Blake to do it live, and he said LFG. So that's how we're here.
So we're ready.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So let's get into it. And just so people, I think, have some context, right? Like the purpose of this show is going to be, we're just going to be chatting about all the fun things. This will be weekly. We're going to do it at the same time every week. We're going to upload this to the pod. So if you're listening there, you can expect a weekly update from us. You can also find us on unlonely.app. / I think channel/Myosin. We'll find a better way to like link this out. But we're also live stream every week on Unlonely, which is like a Web3 streaming platform. And we're just going to be chatting about all the fun things happening in the world of crypto, Web3, updates, marketing, interesting marketing tactics that we've seen, and just shooting the shit. We'll have fun with it. We'll bring some guests on here and there. We'll bring on some members, clients, and so it's going to be our little cozy corner of the internet. So thank you for joining us for this test, and let's see what we can do.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Let's go. Oh yeah, and then we got to figure out a better time, because I think what I would like to do is like have I think a bottle of wine a week might be a bit excessive, but I'd like to have a different beverage every episode.
Then maybe a mimosa for you, because I'm based in Europe for context, and Blake is not. So we can do evenings. It's 5 p.m. here in Malta, so
not bad for you. You gotta have some wine, and then I'll have a different kombucha every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's get into it. So what do we want to chat about this week? So should we dive into Fuse? Should we drop into, do you want me to share a screen, by the way, or what do you feel?
I think we can share a screen on like the different things that we have in the doc, because you guys don't see it, but it's a mess. It's just like a lot of ideas, sort of like end notes, like me and Blake just rambling about stuff. But I think the highlight of this week is really like, there you go. The highlight of this week for me was just a lot of quality, like sort of video content. I found myself like sending a lot of the video stuff to our chat, just because I feel like a lot more brands are now like investing in that, which is great to see. We can start with the Fuse, because I think it's relatively new and fresh, and I just like how, when people say that Web3 is not ready for retail because, it's all like really hard to understand, it's not consumer friendly and all of that stuff, I feel like Fuse is different. So we can check out the profile.
Oh yeah. So I'm on the Fuse Twitter. So I mean, just I think that's loud. For context, it's Solana's first smart wallet, right? I just saw the announcement. I honestly don't know much more about it, but what do you know? You tell me. Yeah.
So I digged around a bit because I wanted to see what's what and why it got so popular, because I'm not really like in the that corner of the internet. Like I didn't see the announcement going around, but you sent it, and I appreciate the well executed like animations and design and stuff. So I wanted to dig deeper and see.
Solana here. Just a heads up. Well,
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
And yeah, and see what's what, and how did this announcement tweet got like 500K impressions pretty much.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So do you want to screen share their Twitter actually?
Yeah, sorry, I thought I was sharing, but I realized I'm sharing just the tab.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this. All right, hold on. Let me share the whole window. That'll be easier. All right. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So, I scrolled back to see what's happening. So, based on my digging around, they announced the product late last year, but the team has actually been around for quite a while, and their main product is Squads Protocol, which is a business. It's like a payment processing platform for businesses. That's kind of the high level of what I understood. Beautiful design, and was like made me think we should be using this in Mars. But it's just like it's so neat. It's super neat, and so they've been around since like 2019. They have like a bunch of big brands in the space supporting them, like the logos on the website and everything. So the credibility is there. Yeah, the credibility is there, like for Squads Protocol. I think what really spiked sort of the popularity of.
I just realized. Oh, I knew they're powered by Squads. I didn't realize they're developed by Squads. Okay, yeah. The Squads is the leading multi-sig, one of the leading multi-sigs in Solana, so that makes sense. So basically it's like Safe built their own for EVM folks. It's as if Safe built their own smart wallet. I see. Yeah. Sorry, back to you.
Love a good website with like quality 3D elements.
This is great.
Yeah. So I think that there's a few things to it that I like. Is first of all, they have an active team on Twitter, like specifically their founder, Stepan. I'm not sure if he has a like how to pronounce the name. He only has 5K followers really, but I just love how transparent he is. Like for the launch of Fuse, he wrote a whole essay of what it is, why they built it, and like the true essence of the product, which made me think that first of all is there was a real problem that they've seen. So it's based on their main product, right? The Squads protocol. And then they saw, okay, people are using this for like not as businesses, but as individuals. We want an app. Let's combine these two and let's build this product on top, like using our, tech.
Yeah.
So they built Fuse. I like that. I like that in the process of development of the app itself, they have a product designer on the team, and he was showing like the little animations or the little things like he's doing to the app, really like taking the users behind the stage. They were retweeting it like back in the timeline, sort of. That's cool. He doesn't have a huge following again, but it's just nice to see that, it's been a process of like, love and dedication from the team, that they've been really investing into this product for months and months and months. And generally, like, the smart thing also was that they made a big announcement of the launch of Fuse, the one that you sent me, the same day as they announced the raise of the $10 million Series A round, which by itself gives a big push from like the VC that they raised. It's very good timing. The founder, the team, the VC, like the announcement, plus there were some KOLs involved because the whole timeline is just retweets of the quote retweets from KOLs from the
Well, it
Solana
looks like they got
ecosystem.
Jakey involved pretty deep, and he's obviously big in the Solana space, so he's
Yeah.
doing a lot of promo and video content.
Yeah. So for me, it's just a team-led content strategy, good timing, like with the announcements, and solid partnerships, right? The KOLs and stuff that align with the product.
You know what's funny is I'm seeing Coinbase Ventures invested, and obviously Coinbase just came out with their own smart wallet, so it's kind of like they have their hands in both pies. They have their own, they're investing in other smart wallets. It's clearly pushing that narrative forward in a good way. Yeah.
I mean, they're so big, they have to be everywhere. They're like, something is gonna like perform, and if it's not our native product, at least something we've invested in, so it's good enough. Actually, I think just today there was a Fuse Wallet retweeted a video from the Solana KOL. I forgot what his name is. What was his name? Yeah, Jakey.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? It's like, it's just so
it's great.
triggering,
been doing
creative
video content for a while. He's
yeah. But I can tell that they have given him like creative freedom, but just like, this is what we stand for, go do your thing, and he just went for it. Like, I'm not sure, did you watch till the end?
Not yet.
Or no?
I gotta go back in and do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should hit Jake up and see if he can come on in a couple weeks at a time.
Oh, that would be fun. Maybe he can run us through his creative like process for coming up with this, because I mean, it's a good way to show like what the brand stands for, right? But
sorry, we're just watching the video live.
See?
Yeah. So the Steve phrase, that's great.
It's funny.
That's good. That's good. Wait, is he? Well, I don't have the audio on, but is he rapping around? What's he doing?
No, he's just like talking about the brand.
Let's go.
It's cool.
We're into it. That actually,
I like that. It's funny.
I mean, that's the way to do it, right? Something interesting, like get the big names on board, get them to create some fun content. We need more of that. Yeah, we need more Jakeys in the world.
It is very like polished. It's like a a TV ad kind of thing, like super high. It's not like a UGC style ad on TikTok or something like that. So I would be actually curious to see if he did that instead of this highly polished one, how would it perform? But I feel like Web3 audience is not yet used to this that much. Like in D2C, like it's been kind of like the name of the game to go with the non-polished UGC style videos that sell better, but I'm not sure how it is.
Well, I think in crypto, everything's so UGC centric that when you go a little bit like kind of the direction he's going, I think that it stands out a lot more. It's like, wow, like it's so polished, it's so interesting, like it's just like what's the normal, right? And then like what stands out in that market. And I think there's just, frankly speaking, there's a lot of trash content out in crypto.
Yeah.
So when you have something that's just like well done, well executed, it makes a difference. And honestly, I think that's why Jakey's been so successful, like, amongst many other things. I mean, he did like do you remember the thing he did with Frank from D Gods, and they had the fake marshmallow DJ times? This is a whole thing.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that, but I didn't go deep into it. What was it?
So basically, let me see if I can pull it up, but basically the MOG meme coin on Solana, they were they were just shilling that basically, and there was a whole thing. I think this was during NFT NYC. They rented a Cybertruck and they got a fake marshmallow. So Marshmallow, the DJ, who was like famous for having the big marshmallow on his head, they got a fake marshmallow, I guess, and then they put him on a Cybertruck and it was Jakey, Frank from D-Gods, and this fake Marshmallow DJing in Times Square. And then the video blew up, and it was all basically a big promo for Mog, the meme coin. And then it got confusing because honestly, I'm still like, I don't know. I was witnessing it, but I wasn't deep enough in that, like in the Mog meme coin chat to like really understand what's happening. Because I think like Marshmallow then said he was like, "This isn't me," like whatever. But I feel like I couldn't tell if it was all a psyop or if he actually was upset or not. And honestly, I still don't know to this day. But there's a part where like I think he was in on it. I can't tell. I don't know. Yeah.
You think it was just like he was just adding kind of a bit of a layer of drama to
That's kind of
make
how
it
I
last
feel.
longer?
Yeah.
It
Let me
could
see.
be.
Let's see. We do Marshmallow. Times Square. Let's make it pull up the video here.
Did it affect the price of the token?
Oh, here it is. Here's the video. I don't know if you can see this, but
yeah, I can see it.
It's basically that.
Are these all token holders or just like actors that they have to follow them?
I'm not sure. Yeah, but we could check on. I mean, this was like I don't even know where Mog is at, but I'm pretty sure it's fun. I don't know how it's doing nowadays. Let's see. But anyways, while we're looking at token prices.
Yeah, and I love a good IRL activation, like from the content perspective, it's super fun. But it doesn't always affect business goals.
Yeah.
ROI is not always there, and it's hard to put them together, sort of like it's more hassle. So I'm just curious because if it really went viral.
Was Mog on ETH? I didn't realize. I always assumed it was on Solana, but the liquidity is highest here. Let's see. Oh wow! I mean, it's still doing pretty well. It's holding up. Sorry, I can't help but look at token price here. You asked the question, so I'm just following up. So it looks like that. When was this tweet? This was April 6th. So let's see, April 6th. It looks like it didn't really do much of anything because it kind of chopped sideways till May, and then there's a massive pump.
But it's a huge point, for community. Like they were raving about it for sure.
It got a lot of eyeballs, honestly.
Yeah. I saw also K-Money was pushing for Mog a lot. Like he posted some videos with his glasses and stuff. I wonder if they, yeah. But you think they actually are like the official ambassadors? How?
I don't know. Yeah, everyone's listen. I'm sure they have their bags, and everyone wants to pump their bags, right? That's kind of how it works in this case.
That's the ambassadorship.
Yeah.
It's
funny. The just quick side note is like I really need a pair of like the Vipers because like Solana Summer. My first crypto conference ever was Crypto Bahamas in spring 22, hosted by FTX in the Bahamas. It was quite a conference. Let's just put it that way.
It was.
Yeah, right. You would think. Very interesting place to go to my first conference ever, but. I do remember like that's when the Vipers were like starting to take off, and I just need to get a pair of those. I don't know. So if anyone listening has a set, let me know. I would.
When are you? Which conference are you planning to wear them on?
Well, I guess ECC is coming up. That would be kind of weird. Probably Fest. So I'll go to Fest. Shout out to the FWB squad. I was actually describing it last night because Fest is such a it's kind of a conference, but not, right? It's like a vibe.
Yeah.
But it's also a concert, but also like Base has Base Camp, so it's kind of a hackathon. It's a cultural event, I guess.
Wait, where is it?
Idlewild, California, August 4th, I think.
Yeah. Right.
And honestly, we should.
Why all the cool events are in US?
Yeah. Because the US are doing cool stuff. I don't know. We got the vibes.
I mean, also Token 2049 was pretty cool in Dubai and Korea Blockchain Week, I guess, as well, right? So
yeah, well,
just not in Europe. ETHCC also.
We need more vibes. We need more vibes. I mean, ECC, I'll be there, and you got to come through, and I'm talking to some folks. There will be some cool events. I think
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll try. I'll try
I
my
think
best.
Boys Club, they're gonna do their second Net Gala, in Brussels. So
Oh,
got to go to that. So shout out to Boys Club. Yeah.
do you know what day?
I think I posted it in our internal and external chats for Myosin experiences. So just go check Telegram.
Okay,
It's there.
I will.
It's
I will.
during the conference, so I'm gonna be there like for a week from July 5th to the 12th. So I'm just gonna go to everything except the conference actually.
Yeah, just the cool, just the vibe events, just the
Side events
parties.
only. Yeah. Well,
I mean,
we got a DAO to run, right? Like we only have some
exactly,
so,
exactly.
yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's the best parts, really.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Should we talk about
Okay.
Berachain? There's like so much stuff here. Like, would love.
I was just like putting stuff in because
I love it.
I was going through it and figuring out like why it got so popular. Because I remember maybe like half a year ago, I was doing some like social graph or whatever, like for infrastructure side of like things. And I was like, that was the first time that I even heard about Berachain or like saw the logo. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, what is this? This is like the laziest logo ever. Like, this is so crypto. And I was like, it's just like some, I don't know, just,
And
you
then
know,
it blew the fuck
this,
up, and you're like, what?
yeah. I was like, how I was supposed to know about it early, and then yet again, I'm late. Classic.
I feel like
But
the longer, well, I mean, that's the meme, right? Like, you can't make curve it. Like, the longer you're in this industry, the more you're just like, man, like, just the things that you kind of write off as like so silly and dumb are the things that are like, damn, I should have gotten in on that. You know, like
yeah,
Berachain's one, and then like, sorry, quick side note, and we're just gonna like, I don't know, we're figuring out the format by the way, but like, I like this
yeah.
kind of like, let's just kind of go all over, but like, this reminds me of like the Iggy Azalea like meme coin mother on Solana.
It's
I
in the
saw that
notes.
and let's go. Okay, so like but like I wrote that off when it first happened, and obviously it just fucking boomed, and now Iggy is like she was hanging out with Ansem and Joe McCann from like the Solana world yesterday, or I don't know. I just saw some stuff on Twitter. So no, don't make curve it. Don't be like me. Just fucking buy the thing.
But I mean, honestly, also the Kardashian, Chloe or whoever one of the
Caitlyn Jenner.
Kardashians also. No,
Caitlyn Jenner.
Kardashian. Are you sure? Yeah, it
What?
was the Kardashian.
Tell me more. What?
I forgot. Caitlyn, I think, or whatever. I
No, it's
don't know
Caitlyn
their names.
Jenner.
I'm not American. No,
Caitlyn Jenner.
it was for sure I think it was the mom. I'm not too sure.
No, it's Caitlyn Jenner, who was formerly Bruce Jenner, who's trans, and he became a she, and is now Caitlyn Jenner. Because it was Caitlyn Jenner and Iggy that like kicked off this. These meme coins have their cycles, and then like Caitlyn had her like meme coin, and everyone's like, did she get hacked or like what the hell's going on?
Right. You're right. Yeah. That was the
talking
story.
about, Polina. It was like,
Sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't like Kim Kardashian or anything, right? And Kendall or they wouldn't do it. Yeah, so it was Caitlyn. But Caitlyn didn't do much, and I think it was a rug. It was basically a rug. But like Iggy suddenly is like, you can buy merch with Mother, and then she just announced she's launching like a helium competitor. I guess I didn't actually look at it, but
really?
do you know about this? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy. Let me pull this up.
Let's look it up.
Getting too comfortable.
No, I was listening to actually Boys Club again about this whole like celebrity token thing, and I mean, it's been done in the past, and all of these tokens were always done, right? Like, so it's natural for you to just kind of ignore it. But Pump.fun, I think it was on Pump.fun that they all launched these tokens.
That's where
the amount of traffic that they brought to the site. Like, imagine the amount of like traffic to the site. It's just like through the roof.
Exactly.
Why didn't I
And
come up with this?
by the way, that's something we should talk about at some point. Like the economics of pumped up fun is insane. Like if you look at there was like a tweet I saw the other day, which was just like the economics of like the team versus the volume, and like that's the crazy thing about crypto, right? Like you can have a team of like 10, 20 people, and you can be processing millions, if not billions of dollars in volume. Anyways, this is Iggy's, I guess, like mobile, like it's her new mobile network. So yeah, and I think she was saying you could like pay for it in Mother as a checkout.
What?
Yeah, so it's pretty wild.
I
Traffic
mean,
crashing. Yeah, there you go. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
but why that? Like, what's the story behind it? It's just so out there, you know? It's like almost like it's not connected to her at all.
No,
Like
but
as
you know what
a
it is. She's a
brand.
brilliant marketer. Is really what it is. I like there was all these like Twitter threadors, and they like love to do their
Breakdowns.
they'll do their like breakdowns. So I read like an Iggy Azalea breakdown. Like she is a crazy, impressive entrepreneur. Honestly, like she did music, obviously, with like. Well, also she had like I don't know. This is like my Cliff Notes version of Iggy's background, I guess. But I think she grew up she didn't grow up well off, and then she found her way into music. She did well with like her song Fancy, and then like a couple albums after that. She left music to go into entrepreneurship, and now I think she's just like fucking grinding. So now she's got her meme coin. She's, I guess, investing in this mobile network. I saw this morning she was hanging out with Jim Cramer, and then everyone's just like, dump, 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 like, because obviously the inverse Cramer meme, like anything Cramer does, you do the opposite and you'll win. But I don't know. I think she's just like, she's a hustler, and there's this whole like breed of like, because honestly, I mean, think about it, like Gwyneth Paltrow with Goop, Jessica Alba with Honest Company.
Ryan
There's so many
Reynolds
examples. Yeah,
with
Ryan
the
Reynolds.
mobile.
Yeah, there's so many examples of like celebrities who actually are just like very smart, and like the entertainment part, I think, is just like the tip of the spear for a bunch of these folks. So I'm not saying Iggy Azalea is like some big, genius, but honestly, it seems like she's doing pretty well for herself. So good for her,
I think maybe she was just like trying it out, and then this community is actually fun. Like this corner of the internet is cool. Let's double down on it, because she could have just, because she wasn't the only one in this kind of like celeb token wave, but she's the only one who stayed, like who stick to it.
I think she gets the culture. I think that's the key, right? Like she's leaning into it in a way that I think like Caitlyn tried to, but like, let's be honest, like what does Caitlyn stand for? Like, what is Caitlyn's brand? Like, I don't know, right? Like Caitlyn just kind of does a bunch of things, whereas like, I'm not saying I'm a big Iggy Azalea like stan, or I'm like listening to her music all day, but like I think by the very nature of like being on the younger side maybe, and like being in the know with like music, I mean, she's got a fucking Mad Lads PFP, for God's sake. Like she clearly like she either has someone helping her. I think she said her brother helped her launch this token, or she's just deep in it. And by the way, it doesn't help, just frankly speaking, that she is an attractive celebrity, and I think like that's why the mother meme works, right? Like there's a lot of simps out there in Solana land who are like,
but also a lot of this, they were all super explicit, like super. So I think that definitely contributed to the success of it, because it was just everywhere. But also she was tweeting like crazy. I don't know. I think 3 to 5, if not more, just like tweets about it. She definitely had a team behind it. Otherwise, she would just be like memeing all day, every day. Like you have to be on the phone all the time. So there's for sure, I think there has to be a team behind it. If not, big props to her. She's like full in on it.
I get the sense she's kind of doing this on her own, and she might have like a team, but it's not like a big corporate. Like she might have a couple people helping her. I think is probably what's happening.
It could be.
Who knows?
I know that behind like because there was some like guy, like a scammer behind Caitlyn Jenner drop that he also kind of like arranged it all, and then
Yeah.
right.
Well, that was
I
the
feel
big
like he
controversy
was
with
also
Iggy,
behind
actually.
her. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same guy. What's his name? I don't fucking
I
remember.
don't
But
know.
yeah, it was all
Let's
over
not give him
Twitter.
props.
Yeah, no, but I think that was part of the whole narrative. Is like they claimed he was behind it. That was actually the controversy the first 2 days. That's also why I didn't buy in, because I was like, oh, this is a rug.
Yeah.
And then Iggy kept insisting, like, no, like I did this on my own. Like he tried to help me launch this coin, and then I think everyone was kind of like, is that true or not? First couple days were pretty chaotic, I remember. But she came out the other side, and it seems to be doing well. Actually, while we're here, let's check the token price. I think we're talking meme coins. We got to be looking at how the tokens perform. So let's
but
see.
the mobile network still doesn't like sit with me. I don't know. I feel like it's
Oh
so
my god!
random.
Look at this! Look at
Oh
this!
wow.
Oh my god! I should have fucking.
Yeah. I was like, it's okay,
It's I keep mid curving it. What am I gonna say? I get too much to do. I'm a simple man. I buy ETH, I buy Sol, and I hold it. And then every now and then we'll buy some meme coins. But
and then just
I ain't got time
stake
for all
it.
that. Yeah.
Same. I mean, it's a full-time thing. As much as I like, I always look at it. I'm like, oh, I should have, blah blah. But I know that there is no way that I could have, because I just like, there's so much noise. The problem is there's so much noise, and if you want to like sift through it and be able to actually like make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Also, the kind of the best traders, I don't know, all have like gambling background or like gambling / background. I feel like I suck at this. Like if I gamble on something, it's gonna do vice versa. So I'm just like not gonna try anymore. It's like,
I mean, listen, I think you're in the majority of people, right? Like I think there's this weird kind of like recency bias. So we go on Twitter and we see people posting their like P&Ls, and you're like, wow, like I could have made so much. And you're like, yeah, but did you? And I think, frankly speaking, it's a very small percentage of people who, like you said, number one, it's a full-time job, and number two, like you gotta be. In my experience, it's just like you just got to get in early, right? And that's the whole like left curve, mid curve thing of. I very much view like meme coin trading as like it's basically unregulated venture investing, right? Like, and I don't think this is like a revelation to anyone, but it's just like you. And here's the worst part: I've thought about this strategy for like years since the last cycle, and I still haven't done it because I'm too afraid to do so. But I just should do it. But like my philosophy has always been like I should just allocate like a portfolio, like put down $1,000, a couple $1,000, whatever, meme coin fund, like Blake's meme coin fund, and just say I'm gonna allocate this to 10 coins or 20 coins, and just boom. And it's the venture, power law approach of like 9 of these 10 investments are gonna fail, but all it takes is one Iggy and you're good, right?
Yeah. But also in venture it takes 10 years. Something like that.
Here it takes weeks, days.
Yeah. But then you would have to like update this fund all the time, because like these tokens, one day they're here, another day they're not. So you have to either like every week kind of update your roster of tokens, or
honestly,
have someone
should we do that? Maybe I'll do that. I've been talking about doing this for so long and I still haven't done it. I might just like I might set up a new Solana wallet, and I think maybe, and that'll be fun. We can give weekly updates. Maybe just every week I'll just be like, here's how the chain reactions meme coin portfolio is performing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can do that. Wait, should set up some like feed bot or something. Like,
well,
how do you
is the best for that.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like a live tracker? What do you mean?
No, like you have to be constantly on the feed to kind of sift through the noise and figure out what are the new things around.
I do check Twitter about like 100 times a day, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you don't really need that. But then
Yeah.
should have like half to a well-established, or no, like I don't know. Some portion should be like
Don't
well-established
make
meme
perfect, Polina.
token.
Just we see the thing, we like it, and we buy it, and then like.
I'm an
Don't forget.
overthinker, okay?
As
So
we all are.
that's why I don't do it.
Yeah. And I am too, and that's why I'm saying like I need to just like allocate funds, put it in a wallet, and then this live stream will be a really good way, I think, for me to just commit to doing this. So I'm committing publicly to. I'm gonna put a small amount for now, and by this time next week, I'll have thrown a little bit in into maybe Mother. Honestly, maybe I'll just start there. It's kind of
We can
late,
do
but
half.
I think there's more room to run here. I don't get the sense that I don't think Iggy is gonna dump on her community. I think this might just be getting started, honestly.
Is that because you read all these threaders and with their analysis, and now you're like
but let's
super
talk
worried?
about marketing, right? What is marketing but narrative, right? And storytelling. And like
So
Iggy, like based on everything we just talked about, her like background, her story, like when I read those things, to me, there's a narrative like, you know, I'm not saying she will never rug, but I get the sense that like she is actually committed to this in some way, knowing it's a meme coin, knowing it can be highly speculative, but like she's experimenting, and I like that, and I'm like, don't overthink it. Just like throw in a couple $100 there, and then you know if it goes up, it goes up, and if it goes down,
yeah.
hopefully the next thing, right?
What would be the top 3? Mother? What else?
Well, it depends on how degen you want to get. Like I would build a more balanced portfolio. So I think like with would be, you know, kind of like a gold standard here. I'm not signed in. I have a deck screener account on my personal. This is my work browser, so I don't have it, but I have coins I'm tracking. Actually, let me look on my phone. But I honestly like I would just start simple, like with Mother. I'm a big charts guy, so I would need to like look at how I haven't been like meme coining too hard recently, so I gotta look at like what else is going on here. But let's see.
Charts just make me anxious, to be honest. I'm just like,
I've been trading stocks since high school, so that's kind of where. And then I mean I'm not some like trading savant or anything, but it's something. Honestly, I would consider buying GameStop on Sol. Because actually, if you look at the price performance, it's been outperforming because, you know, it's a meme coin based on a real thing.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really interesting. And actually, if you look at the charts here, this is the all-time. It's going in the right direction.
Yeah. It's going.
It's going in the right direction. Yeah. So I would consider.
Did you watch the movie?
Yes, Dumb Money.
It's so good.
Great movie. And did you
so
see,
good.
you know, quick diversion into, you know, fiat lands? I was posting about this on like my Instagram and with I call them my fiat friends, you know, like my non-friends. And I was like, because Citron Research, they're the guys who like did the whole short selling. I think Seth Rogen played the fund manager for Citron, I believe. And because they're the ones that got massively screwed, and then Citadel and all the other guys had to bail them out. They just announced today that they're exiting their short position. So anything, today, yeah. And I'm just laughing all the way to the bank. I'm like, damn, like, the Wall Street Bets army actually got him to fold for now.
Yeah, but what it's been so long. Like he was just like, I lost already so much that it's like it's okay. Like
there was a point at which he can only lose so much more. Yeah. So I mean, GameStop is a fascinating and actually like a really good example of like why crypto is so much better, right? Like as someone who used to trade stocks and like invest in the stock market, like it is kind of crazy when you like zoom out from all of it and you recognize like, wow, like the traditional financial markets are like so broken. Like even with GameStop trading, like they had to halt the stock trading like 20-30 times in a day. Like, how the hell does that work? That's not right, you know? And then when you watch things like Dumb Money and you realize like just how dominant I guess, the hedge funds and the market makers are, it makes you think like, well, crypto's 24/7. Like, yeah, there's still corruption and rug pulls in crypto for sure, but at least it's a more level playing field, I would say. There's more opportunity for the average retail investor to make outsized returns and participate in a freer market, even though, yes, there are massive risks also associated with it. But again, we just need better regulation, and we just need Gary Gensler to get his shit together, which he never will, by the way. So we got to get him out. And thankfully, the senators and congressmen are working on it. This is from an American point of view, obviously, but
yeah. I mean, I agree, because like for retail investors, like with more and more companies staying private for longer, like if you're not in crypto, it's really hard to diversify even,
where do
and
you
like
make your
you
money?
can't invest in private.
Inflation's at like 5-6% right now, and it's still like, although actually, speaking of current events, the market just pumped this morning because I think the inflation numbers came out lower than expected.
Oh,
Anyways,
nice.
what was I gonna look up?
For
The
once.
Citron research. Let me pull this up for you. Citron research. That's the other thing you realize is like all these guys think they're so smart, and you're like, no, they're just a bunch of idiots like the rest of us. Here's the quote: Citron is no longer short GME. It's not because we believe in a turnaround will ever happen, but with $4 billion in the bank. Oh, because by the way, they issued more shares and they raised $4 billion. They have $4 billion on the balance sheet ready to spend. Massive. Like they have so much cash on hand, and which is also why the stock is back up to $30. And like, yeah. And then basically, this is just massive cope right here, where he's like, after all, Dogecoin is a $20 billion entity, blah, blah, blah. By the way, the kitty livestream is still an insult to the capital markets, blah, blah, blah. My favorite part is Pudgy Penguins responded, and they're like, it's afraid.
But also, can we just talk about the tweet? What is this formatting? Like, what the fuck is this?
Listen, I mean, he's a hedge fund guy, right? He's not a social media manager. So if you want to reach out to them, and we could work with them on, managing their socials. Yeah.
This is just, I mean, I feel like, you know what it was? He made a voice note with like Siri and it just typed after him, and he's just like, tweet this now. I mean, with the new Apple Intelligence, it's gonna be really easy to do that, I feel like. Did you see
Which is
the
also
new
hilarious, by the way. Like the whole Apple Intelligence thing. It's like, did you see the meme? It was it's basically like, well, here's the crazy thing about Apple Intelligence is Apple Intelligence is going to be powered by OpenAI and ChatGPT,
which is cool,
which is funded by Microsoft. So it's this weird world of like two biggest competitors are actually like kind of in cahoots, you know, whether they like it or not. So
I mean,
the world's getting smaller. Yeah.
They said that they will include other models as well, but I mean, ChatGPT is kind of the name of the game
it's
now.
Kind of the best one right now, honestly. I mean, there are others, but you know.
Yeah, I watched the presentation, and the amount of times they said privacy in like 15 minutes was very concerning. It's just like privacy.
Yeah. Wait, quick update. Oh, this was from 2 days ago, actually. I'm just late on this, but yeah. Iggy is in New York meeting some of the Solana folks, which explains the whole, I think, like the Joe McCann and all that other stuff the other day. Yeah. Wait,
Solana has a lot of things going on.
Solana's crushing it. Just quick Solana show, right? Like, here's the thing.
Not bad.
With not financial advice, by the way. Like, yeah, with the mug, right? No, here's the thing. Like, I'm not a maxi in any form, and I do strongly believe EVM and ETH will still win the day, but I do think there's a huge opportunity for Solana, simply because, like, I think if we're talking about practical realities, right? Like, the reality is, like, I love Base, I love Arbitrum and Optimism and all these other, like, L2s. The reality is none of them are fast or cheap enough to do things at scale that are needed today. You know, which is why Visa, MasterCard, and so many of these other like payment processes that need speed and efficiency are using Solana. And there's a whole world of people who have never used, even with some of our own members, by the way, when we onboard some Myosin members, we've had a couple instances where they're like, "What is MetaMask?" And I'm like, my mind is
What?
blown because they've only used Phantom because their entry
Oh,
point into crypto was Solana because it's cheap, because it's fast, because it's so simple.
okay.
So all this to say is like I think there's a right for them to play, and I think they're doing a great job. And I think in this current cycle, if we're talking like risk-adjusted returns, again, not financial advice, like I think I still hold a good like the majority of my portfolio in ETH. However, I'm only buying Solana, and I think it's gonna outperform ETH in this current cycle. Just my personal opinion on that. So do with that what you will. But yeah, and basically, and with the stuff we're seeing here, right? Who's actually using it? Who are the celebrities using it? You don't see Iggy Azalea deploying a meme coin on, you know, I
Yes,
don't
but
want to
if
call him anything.
Pump.fun, if Pump.fun would not be on Solana,
Yeah,
then what they
it
would be
can't be.
using,
It can't be
right?
anywhere else. No other chain
Yeah.
can support that level of throughput. Because here's the other thing: there are all these other like smaller chains that are like, yeah, well, we have this TPS, and I had this conversation yesterday with some of our members, by the way, here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, these other chains haven't been tested. You know, like I don't know what our position on name calling or like calling out chains are, so I'll be neutral here. But there are other chains that claim to have much higher TPS.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's using them, right? Yeah, Solana broke a couple times, but it's because too many people are using them. That's a good problem, isn't it? Like you want
Yeah.
too many users. You want to break the thing, see what breaks, fix it, and then it won't break next time. And they've been doing that. Um, Anyways, this just became a big Solana show. But I do want to also talk about
No, I mean,
Berachain. Yeah.
from the
Sorry, go ahead.
community perspective, I'm gonna I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
from the community perspective, I think Solana has a lot of things going for it with
Yeah.
all the meme coin meta, like the MOG as well is super strong. I think Berachain is another strong one, like not from the performance perspective because it's not really there's no mainnet yet, but
Yeah.
generally like they've been able to acquire a lot of users in a very short period of time and raise a lot of money. And the funny part is that it was all born out of like an NFT project,
Yeah.
which
Right.
they kind of committed to, which is
What was it, the
also
Stoned Bears or whatnot? I forget the name. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Stone Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, here again, like we're coming into like Smokey the Bearer was one of the co-founders who was super
Yeah.
active and like super transparent on what's going on, which I mean, people love that. And I think that a lot like more projects need to do that,
Yep.
honestly. Um, and but again, like all of this activity, it was all kind of based on my research, fueled
Yeah. Yeah.
by a 3-month long Galaxy campaign, and after that, the activity dropped, which is obvious
Oh.
because it's not like you can't actually, there
Yeah.
it's not mainnet yet, so all you can do is like grind for points and like
Yeah.
do all these things. But one of the Myosin clients actually I'm working with is like in the ecosystem, and
Yeah.
I've been talking to founders of like a lot of protocols on the chain,
Yeah.
and they're super supportive like of each other, even
Yeah.
if they're kind of like competitive in some way, they're like super supportive, so that like they would do spaces
Yeah.
like whatever, and they're super chill. I mean, generally crypto is very chill, but they're
Yeah.
super chill. um
Which is great, and we love to hear that, right? Because at the end of the day, like
yeah,
there's all this weird like chain maximalism that exists within this ecosystem. It's like, guys, like it's us versus them right now. Like there's only so many people who are in this space, and like all this infighting is not helping anyone. It's like we need to be supporting each other because the pie is so big, and we haven't even begun to, tap into it. It's so
yeah,
early. Yeah.
I think they also kind of struck a chord like with it's not just the empty meme token meta, but they also have this consensus, that proof of liquidity consensus mechanism
Yeah. It's
that
quite interesting.
yeah, that it gives aligned incentives to basically have found their starving crowd, as we say, which is we're
By
gonna
the way,
see how it will play out. But
well, here's the brilliant thing about Berachain is like, yeah, it is funny. Like as a marketing DAO, like would love to work with Berachain, but I don't think it really makes sense for them. Like,
I
yeah,
mean, I think I linked
yeah.
it today, but it was like the tweet that went around everywhere where
They have no marketing team.
yeah, but also that's not true. They have like so many.
Yeah,
Does
but it's very
business
community
development
driven.
count? Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It
and
is.
then I do think we should like I think a lot of people know about this, but just in case people didn't know, I think like the genius of it is like there's the memes, there's the bear meta, and the fact that like everyone is branded as a bear. There's bear chain baddies, which by the way, like there's some controversy over that.
Yeah.
But when you listen to what the Berachain baddies have to say, like that was completely like driven from them. Like it was their suggestion to like put that together, and it's great because obviously like we need more women in crypto to be a part of what we're building, and who doesn't want to be a baddie? Like if I were a woman, I'd want to be a baddie. Like so it's kind of like empowering in one sense, and at the same time, like because they're driving it, it's not a bunch of men telling them to go do it. It feels more authentic, right? Which is great. And then also the best thing obviously is they lean into the memification of it, right? So the fact that I'm sure a lot of people know this, but if you go to the website, you can only scroll up because it's up only. And it's like even that,
So
chef's
good, right?
kiss.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
It's so simple.
It's all these small things, but it's lore, right? It's lore. It's universe building. Because the reality is like, yeah, they're still on testnet, and it was funny. I'd be on calls for the past couple months, and like every other call I was on, if anyone shared their screen, I could see they're like farming, like Bera, through the faucet on their tab. Like I could see in the tabs. I'm like they're presenting a product thing, and I'm like, I see this guy is like, you're farming Bera.
Yeah.
They just launched their V2 testnet, so pretty excited
Yeah.
for that. And I think like hopefully it helps get rid of some of the farmers, I guess, and we're entering a new era. So
also the video for that V2 testnet, like brilliantly executed meme style, like
so good.
It's very much them, and I like that. Like they could have gone. They have so much money. They could have gone like, super high end sort of like animation production. But this
genius
is good. This is good.
and
like this is very scrappy.
Exactly. They're just leaning into it, right? And that's all it is. They know who they are. They know who their target demo is. Like, this is very crypto native, like we're not going to get probably like my mom will never use Berachain probably, like if she ever uses it, she'll probably be using like Base or something, not even knowing she's using Base.
Yeah.
But if you're in crypto and you want to be doing interesting stuff, like, I mean, come on, look at that. Beautiful.
It's for degens.
It's for, yeah. So
they're leaning into that, like they own that.
Yeah, and I will say, like I've talked to some people there, like they are looking into kind of like more kind of like corp dev, like how can they partner with big institutions. So that's also going to be very interesting to see like how they break out of the degen cycle, or not break out, I guess diversify outside of, maybe is the better term. Like
yeah.
So
I mean, I also like how transparent the founder is. I think you're on this tweet. Like if you scroll down, he basically says it was difficult. We don't know what we're doing, but we're figuring it out, and we're kind of all on this journey. And like the culture is strong, so let's power through, this kind of thing. So you can, like, when you're being transparent along the way and you're not pretending to be someone you're not, like they are, right? You're kind of like, the pitfall effect can be like people can forgive some things. So huge props to them for being transparent with what they're doing as well.
It's so
but
important.
we'll see. We'll see how it all ends out.
Well, as we say within the Berachain ecosystem, booga booga, booga booga. Let's see.
You were just for Solana, now you're like, well, this is how we say in the Berachain.
I'm not only a Solana lover here. I
You're
just
just like
told you.
hoping. Where is your Berachain cup?
Where should my Berachain go? Well, listen, I was at the Berachain event at ETH Denver. There was no like merch I could get because it's all like Berachain baddie merch. So I was like, I'm hungry for merch, and I couldn't get any. So
Maybe it's gonna
then
come
it'll
soon.
come soon enough. It'll come soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but bullish Berachain, bullish Solana, bullish crypto. It's a good time. So
I think
it's a good time. Yeah.
it's a good point to end the first
Yeah.
episode. It feels like a good point.
Yeah, I think this is great. This is a great first shot. So yeah, let's end it here. When do we figure out a time moving forward for future episodes?
We can you think we should do later?
I think so.
I'll need to get a light for myself, otherwise I'm just gonna be in the darkness.
Yeah. Just get a ring light.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, we'll take it offline and then we'll like make an announcement and stuff. We need to send this to the editor and like get that figure out.
Mm-hmm.
I also realized we're like gonna publish this on our podcast channel too. Like, do we need to do an intro? Like, I say we keep it pretty bare bones. Like, I don't think we need to do a whole lot, but we'll figure it out. I'll set up a chat with Rogan, our editor, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I will play around with this AI jingle tools
Okay.
to do an intro. I think it could be fun. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, more coming soon. This is a great first, V0 episode, and excited to keep doing this. We're just gonna let's rock and roll.
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Good stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right.
See you offline.
I'll see you offline and online. Till then.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.